Wrestling ThrowDown on this lovely November morning. I'm the big dog Luke Williams. With me today, Sweet Tea, and my man Big Bad John back here. Caleb is on assignment. Max is on assignment.
It's morning.
Well, it depends on when this video comes out. Afternoon, I guess, would be more appropriate.
Or when we record it.
Yeah. Maybe. How is everybody this week?
Doing good.
Been doing all right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's been a week.
It has definitely been a week. Very busy week.
We
It doesn't seem like it's gonna slow down for us anytime soon. With the build towards December show, with the build towards the points for Survivor Series, a tournament that we'll talk about here in a few to take place. That really, it's going to beef a lot of what we do and a lot of things coming. Also, content being filmed, being scheduled for some drops soon. Not super soon, but soon. Which you can check out on we'll drop some on the Patreon. We'll also drop some here. More of the edited version here and the long uncut version on Patreon, where some things we'll say on there you can't post on YouTube. Or some things we'll watch on there that you can't post on YouTube without copyright strikes and all of that fun stuff. This is a way for us to give back to you, for you supporting us, giving you some more stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our top story. We have to retract a story from last week. I reported...
Man, you were long-winded.
Oh, yeah. I'm a podcaster and a commentator, so. Mike Rotunda, a.k.a. IRS, a.k.a. Wyndham Taylor, and the daughter's father. I can't ever remember her name. I reported last week that he had been in hospice care, which is what I had heard from an interview with Barry Wyndham, and then again with Leilani Kai. Was a little bit of false information. Mike Rotunda is not in hospice. However, he is in rehabilitation for a massive heart attack that he suffered a little while back, which, again, we mentioned last week. I thought that was probably why Uncle Howdy hadn't been on TV. I'm still going to stick with that and say with the rehabilitation and shit, that's probably why we haven't seen Bo Dallas on television, which that is soon to change because it's Royal Rumble time. And it's going to be very interesting to see as we progress. We have new champions, as we will talk about here in a minute, which changes the complete aspect of what the beginning of next year is going to look like. Or the end of this year, for that matter, is going to look like going forward. But before we get into the top story, go ahead and hit us with the next one. Norman Joel Lewis, the co-founder of LJN action figure company. They did video games. They were known for the WWE's first.
It's not that hard. It's just his initials backwards.
I know. I don't understand it either. It might just be the way it's written. It looks like a G to me.
I don't know. You were saying G earlier.
Yeah, I know.
But I knew what you meant.
The originator in professional wrestling toys and video games passed away this morning at the age of 98. His contribution to WWE, whether licensing period, will stand the test of time. I mean, now without this man, we wouldn't have the 13 different versions of WWE action figures that are out there. Any of the licensing posters, TV shows, video games. Big supporter when it comes to professional wrestling. Gave WWE a chance. We know them as the Big Rubber Guys. Of course, they were the Wrestling Superstar series, where a couple action figures in the third series never actually got released in the United States, but were released in Canada and Great Britain with black cards instead of blue cards on them. That's how you knew
like
the difference.
That bendy one that I had?
Yes. That's exactly. They were thick rubber, though. They didn't pose. You could hit. I mean, being a child of the '80s, I got my ass whipped with one from my brother probably once or twice. They pick you up, hit you with it. It hurt like a bitch. They're heavy. They're nothing phony about them. That's for sure. I still actually have a Macho Man in the package, somewhere in storage from this exact line of LJN figures. What the fuck is LGN? Is there an LGN that just keeps coming to mind? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. I'll make Max do that. Hit us with the next one, please. Rest in peace to Mr. Lewis. Alright, so Saturday night's main event was last night. We do not take picks for Saturday night's main event because it is a television special, not a quote-unquote PLE. Cody Rhodes opened the show. The world title, the WWE Championship on the line. If Cody was to be disqualified or counted out, he would lose the championship, was the stipulation. Cody Rhodes, of course, best Drew McIntyre. I don't understand why. They just keep burying this man. If you look in the top corner here, there is a likes to dislikes ratio that is on WWE.com right now. It's YouTube. 9.6K like, but look at the dislikes. That's a lot of dislikes.
That's because everybody loves Sexy Drew.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, quit feeding us Drew and having him get beat. You know what I mean? Like, how many times do we need Cody Rhodes to beat the same guy? And how many people has he defended against? He wrestled against Seth and lost. He's wrestled Cena twice this year in big time matchups, and he's wrestled Drew 3 or 4 times since then. I mean, he's wrestling the same people over and over again. No wonder his title reign is getting stale. Put him in there with somebody that you haven't had him wrestle 12 fucking times. Or put him in there with someone you haven't had him wrestle on Smackdown for free. You know what I mean? Like, you put him against somebody we want to see.
What do you have in mind?
Who? Cody Rhodes. Jacob fought too, but he's kind of on the injury reserve right at the moment. Would be cool. Dragunov, champion versus champion would be kind of cool. Hell, put the fucking Miz with him. The Miz can work anybody.
Yeah.
He is that kind of an athlete that if you need somebody, you've got it.
If you can work Snoop Dogg, you can work anyone.
Uncle Howdy. Do the Bray Wyatt thing. Have him come after him for being a lazy champion or something. You could always find something that he's done to be able to... Or send him to Raw. Send Punk to SmackDown with the world title. Send the WWE Championship and Cody to Raw. And then you have a whole new idea. You could put Cody against Braun Breaker. You could put Cody against Bronson Reed. You can put... You know what I mean? You have a fresh set of faces on Raw that you could put him with. I think. It's got to do something to make fucking Raw better. Raw has been the drizzling shits since it's been on Netflix.
Drizzling shit.
Yes. Let me. It's a term in wrestling. The drizzling shits. It's the worst possible thing that can happen to you as a wrestler. Because you wear tights. Drizzling shits. I've actually wrestled someone who shit themselves once. Took a body slam and pooped his pants. Just hilarious, and I know you're trying to hold it in, but it is fucking funny, and you know it.
I'm not holding anything.
Yeah, put him on Raw. Send his bitch ass to NXT. Let him fuck with fucking Oba Femi or some shit. I mean, Oba's getting ready to be called up anyway. Why not have Oba challenge? That would be sick. Of course, why not have Oba win the Royal Rumble, which we were talking about earlier off camera, who was left.
Yeah.
Now that CM Punk's the world champion, which we'll get to here in a minute, and Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion, who do you have as a viable Royal Rumble winner other than Jacob Fatu, who's hurt right now, or Oba Femi? Would be sick. Have him debut in the Royal Rumble, eliminate the entire field, just have him be a fucking monster. Tony D would be cool. Would be super cool. But if you're going to bring Tony D up, put him and Stacks back together and bring them as a group. I don't want one or the other. I want them both. And I've noticed that neither one of them have been on NXT TV since the TNA
That's because
invasion.
They're back at the safe house working things out.
Yep. They've sent everyone up to SmackDown, which would be super fucking cool to wrestle the MFTs. Solo and his group versus the Dawn and his group for control of SmackDown would be prime television.
Yeah.
Go ahead. But Cody Rhodes wins. No one's surprised. I'm not surprised. If I was taking bets for this match, I would have went Cody as well. Just because it's too close to the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania for Cody to either lose his title, A, or there be that big of a title change, period, going this close into January just doesn't make sense to me. We're going to have War Games. The best way to do War Games, if they're not going to do the Wyatt Six and Solos group, which is what it looks like they're talking about doing, have fucking Cody pick a team, being the WWE champion, and have the world champion pick his team, and have them War Games against each other. The champions and their teams against each other would be a cool fucking War Games. Same thing with the women. Have the women's champion from one show pick her team. Women's champion from the other show pick her team. It would be kind of interesting, and we get some different matchups rather than the same Rhea Ripley, Io Sky team that we see every year around. Every year you have Rhea do her move through a table, and you have Io Sky come off the top in a trash can. Every single year, she does it without fail. The only thing that's different is the outfit she's wearing and the color of the trash can she puts on. Other than that, Io Sky is known to do that moonsault with that fucking thing every year since she's been on it. And I don't believe she's lost. I believe she is undefeated in Women's War Games. I believe Rhea Ripley is also undefeated in Women's War Games. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, quit beating down on Drew McIntyre.
He's sexy.
What do you think? Who do you think you would like to see wrestle Cody? Because, like I said, Drew McIntyre's gotten stale. You can send Drew to Raw. That would help his career a whole bunch. Let him get in there with Punk again for the belt.
I really like Ilya.
That is a pretty cool idea, isn't it, to see them two go at it at the future and the now, for sure.
Well, let's throw Dom in there and just do all the neck tattoos.
Yeah, Dom and Cody would sell, I think. I hope Dom wins this tournament we're getting ready to talk about here in a few. Dom would be the perfect person to take the win in that tournament, I'm just saying. He is the AAA Mega Champion, after all, and the Intercontinental Champion. Retiring John Cena would be a pretty big fucking feather in the cap for Dominik Mysterio, making him legitimate in the eyes of a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit us with the next one. Jade Cargill wins, ends the 300-plus day title reign of Tiffany Stratton. The only reason that I can see in my mind they did this is because Bianca Belair is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and we're going to get Bianca and Jade finally against each other for the Women's Championship. She's the only person that doesn't hold gold right now because she's been hurt since last year's WrestleMania with the broken finger. And she's been doing a lot of touring overseas for the WWE as an ambassador, filming that show she does with her husband.
With a broken finger.
Evidently it's broken up into the hand as well, so it's a big deal.
So it's her hand and fingers.
And fingers. Yeah, fingers. I think there's like the two middle ones.
Okay, so that's a little different than just a finger.
Because you remember she come back as a referee a little while back, and then she disappeared again. Would be perfect. You could pull up the whole, did Naomi really attack you, or were you lying? And should I have believed Naomi all along? And then when Naomi's not pregnant anymore, she could come back to the good guy comeback of, I told you I didn't do it. And then she said it was me, and you have proof that it was me. But we never really saw her shove her anywhere. There was no video footage of Naomi that I've seen doing anything to Jade Cargill that night. We saw Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan walking away from the scene, and when they tried to pin it on them, we never saw video of Naomi doing it. Naomi, I guess, could come back and be like, the only reason I said I did it's because you wouldn't believe me if I said I didn't. And then you've got a good guy run for Naomi to win the title back. But
that's if she decides to come back after the baby.
Also, with Tiffany Stratton, you could send her to Raw, and she would be a hell of an opponent against Stephanie Figure. We're going to get a draft before long, people. It's going to happen. It's going to have to happen. With John Cena retiring this year, AJ retiring next year, Shinsuke the year after that, probably Orton somewhere within the next couple of years. I don't see him being a mainstay. He might come in for 3 matches here, 3 matches there.
Kind of like.
It's time to
Lesnar.
move up. It's time to move up the talent. You've got Evolve doing what Evolve does. You've got LFG doing what LFG does, and it's all popular and it's all going real well. P Nasty just showed up in Evolve and attacked the women's champion, so she is locked into a contract with a new name.
Nice.
They've released
Did
a
they
whole
name her
bunch
P
of
Nasty?
Evolve people. Yeah. Well, that's her nickname, but they changed her actual name to something they can market. Like Raquel Rodriguez's real name's Raquel Gonzalez. She started her career as Gonzalez, and then due to licensing, WWE wanted to own the name that they put on their talents, so that way they don't have to share all those royalties, if that makes any sense. Also, you can't take that name and go somewhere else. CM Punk had CM Punk before he started there.
Sounds greedy.
Well, it's a licensing thing. You don't want anyone to put him on your video game and have the rights to that name. That makes sense? Because then you created that name, but now these people are profiting off of it. Instead, WWE says no. We'll shape your name differently.
What if they came up with the name?
But that's
it's really, really good.
That's the wonder about PWTs, the Pro Wrestling Tees store in Chicago. They sell wrestling shirts of the old gimmicks like El Generico and all this. So you can buy those names and T-shirts free as a bird from WWE getting any kind of money, and that's how the wrestlers make their money. Mickey Knuckles doesn't sell T-shirts at wrestling events because she sells them through PWTs online, and she gets a commission. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want my shirt, you have to go to this place and buy it on this site, which makes my shirt sales go through the roof, which makes them promote my shit more than other people's stuff. It's a very smart business way to do it. That's like wrestling shirts of certain events that you can only get if you were there. Like a shirt that says, I was here, and it has a date on it and shit, are specific to those days. You can't get them online. You can't get them anywhere. Specifically have to be at the show. That's how independent wrestlers make their money.
Like Star Trek conventions.
Yes, or comic book, horror, the fantasy, the Comic-Cons, all that shit. That's how they make their money. With getting around licensing of having to give somebody a cut of something you did for yourself. If that makes any sense. But anyway, back to topic. Jade Cargill wins. Hit us with the next one, please. I don't really have anything nice to say about it other than the fact that the match was okay.
Hey, look, down one.
Dominik Mysterio, crushing it Hammer Time style. Pins, I'm pretty sure he pinned Penta after screwing Rusev, correct?
Scurrying?
Screwing. Dominik Mysterio, still Intercontinental Champion, still AAA Champion. He is the hottest heel going right now, if you ask me. I wish they'd pull the trigger and have him turn on Finn.
Put all the belts on him.
Put them all on him. Put the women's title on him. Put all the belts.
Well, he does have that long, luxurious flow going on.
Also, with him not pinning Rusev, it leads to them being able to run that back as well. So that way they don't have to stop with that match going forward. Honestly, I don't see anyone dethroning Dominik till at least WrestleMania.
He has a throne?
Because when did he win it'd be almost a year he's been Intercontinental Champion, correct? He's been it for, since...
For a while.
He won it from Jay. So... And that was before Jay was World Champion, so it was before Mania last year. So we're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
As defending, and he defends it a lot. He defended the title 3 times this month. Once against Penta, once against Rusev, and then once against the both of them at this the big show here. And then not to mention he's been flying from wherever he's at to AAA in Mexico and doing those shows well.
He's a busy boy.
Busy man. Here's the deal. Probably the future of a lot of professional wrestling going forward. But of course, if you've watched this show for the last 4 years, you know that I've been behind Dominik Mysterio since the beginning.
He went to jail.
Yep, that's hard times. We don't talk about that anymore because I was told that it upsets people. So we don't talk about the incarceration and the beatings that Dominik took every day he was there.
He was there for less than a day.
That's not what I heard. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad
Wait,
John.
do you think that he could be the new face of WWE?
Every bit of it. Speaking of old face, old champion, CM Punk wins the title against Jey Uso last night to become the 7-time World Heavyweight Champion. Here's the deal. You don't really have a choice. It had to be Punk. Jey Uso, while is a viable champion, in my opinion, the crowd is just, I think the yeet shit, that's just a gimmick now. They yeet with him, and they go crazy when he comes out, but when he gets on a mic to say anything, they don't say, the crowd's quiet. He blows up the crowd. They're so tired from all of the fucking yeeting shit that they don't pay attention to him and what he's saying, and that's a detriment, but having him go heel would be a great idea. CM Punk was scheduled, I'm pretty sure, to take the title from Seth Rollins at Mania, but due to the injury and Rollins being out, and will be out significantly past WrestleMania. He just had the surgery and was on ESPN Sports Center doing football picks because he's a correspondent on there now as well, which I think is really cool. If you know anything about Seth Rollins' personal life, he's a gigantic football and he's a gigantic Chicago Bears fan. I mean, he was on there in a sling, and they asked him about it, and he said that the surgery had went great, but it's a good 6 to 9 months of rehab, unfortunately. So Seth's going to be out past. He's not going to get the Mania paycheck unless he referees or something and not in a wrestling.
He could be an announcer.
He could be. He could make his return at WrestleMania and drop whoever is Braun Breaker or one of them that beat him up. But CM Punk, new World Heavyweight Champion. It's going to be interesting to see how we go towards Royal Rumble, like we said earlier. Now that he's champion and Cody's champion, they're the ones that usually win the Royal Rumble. I mean, if you think about it, the last couple of years, they're the only two that people have talked about. And now they're both champions. So
time to change it up.
Time to change it up big time, and I hope that they change it up for the good because Raw, again, has been the drizzling shits for a while now. Here's the deal. I don't miss wrestling. I haven't sat down and watched a full episode of Raw in months. Because it's been terrible. People have told me, dude, just watch the highlights, man. It's been bad, and at first I was like, nah, man, it can't be that bad. It's that bad. It really is. It's fucking terrible. Smackdown has gotten better. The Wyatts in the tag division doing their thing. Jacob Fatu being hurt, but it was picking up on that, picking up on Solo's family stuff he's doing. It's picking up, but NXT is the best product on television, period. There's no getting around it. They have the best storylines. They have the best women's wrestlers. They have the best high flyers. They have the best grounded. They have the best big men, best tag teams. NXT is on fire right now. You've got people like Javon Evans capturing the imaginations of little kids everywhere. You've got Obafemi, the ruler of NXT for the last, 3 years, I think, since he had become North American champion. Just recently losing to Ricky Starks. You've got the future in Ricky Starks. Ethan Page. You have the talent down there that you would want to base your company off of. Coming up, so we really didn't have a choice but to put the belt on CM Punk right now. But the cool thing is Punk will get to wrestle all of those people that we just talked about eventually. And that's where the money is. Obafemi versus CM Punk. Take my money. The old man champion who's going to die rather than give the belt up and stuff, and then Obafemi, the big monster, coming in and having to see CM Punk fight up. Rather, you know what I mean? Fight his way up. rather than on even playing field because you've got the big monster against this old frail. It's David and Goliath. It's great story writing. Everything in that book was. Hit me with the next one, please, Johnny. John Cena announces on Saturday night's main event that we are going to kick off November 10th with a 16-man tournament to determine the final opponent for John Cena, December 13th at Saturday night's main event. John Cena said that it will consist of superstars from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, and possibly people who don't even work here. It will all culminate, I'm going to guess, at Survivor Series, with the winner being, with the main event being won at Survivor Series, and then you've got that few weeks to pump up the match between Cena being his final match. I think it's a perfect time to bring in Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Y2J, man. I remember his debut.
It'd be great. It'd be full circle. The last match, I'm pretty sure the last full schedule match Chris Jericho had in the WWE before he started being the every 6 month guy was John Cena beat him and they fired him on Monday Night Raw and threw him in the back of a trash bin and all kinds of shit and hauled him out kicking and screaming. It would be cool full circle for Jericho to come back in and be the one who sends Cena home kicking and screaming would be pretty fucking funny. Yeah. Also, there's a picture floating around of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho from this past weekend at a hockey game together.
Yep.
And Kevin Owens is looking good. Like, he's got a white... this side of his beard is all white, and then this is all black. Like a Pepe Le Pew kind of fucking thing going on now. The neck surgery was successful. Now we're just in the rehabilitation phase. They think 2 years. However, professional wrestlers, from a personal standpoint, we tend to heal differently because we try to heal fast in this business. Just like football players, anything else, it's your livelihood. Yeah. And if I'm hurt, the fans aren't going to wait for me. They're not. There's so many options out there of different wrestlers that they're not going to wait for you. So that's why most wrestlers will wrestle injured. As a matter of fact, Drew McIntyre there for that whole last year stretch with CM Punk was wrestling with a torn meniscus in his fucking knee. That's why he was wearing that brace for a while, and just was... Can you imagine getting in them matches with Punk like a Hell in a Cell where he hit him with that thing and split his dome open with the toolbox and shit? He was doing all them cage matches, all them street fights with one fucking leg, for lack of a better term.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Going to be interesting to see who they put in this tournament. I'd like to see Dominik Mysterio be his last opponent, just because I think it should be somewhere to give someone the push by being his last instead of doing what's going to be Randy Orton again, or you know what I mean, like the old favorites that they like to go back to. Lesnar is going to come in the end and win, and it's going to be him and Lesnar again, or some bullshit. Give me Ilya, like you said, for Cody. Give me Ilya. Ilya and John Cena will tear the fucking house down.
I just love Ilya. He's just...
Give me AJ Styles again in a rematch, because that shit was delicious. Those two motherfuckers worked their asses off at that last show. Being, AJ Styles is a fucking man, always will be. Soccer mom, hair and all. Throwing up his puppy dogs. Hit us with the next one, please. Okay. So, Rikishi, surprise, surprise, upset with the direction of CM Punk winning the title, says that they are keeping his son down, that it's political. We said this the last time he won the world title when we said, someone tell your father to shut the fuck up before you ruin it for him. And then he gets the title taken from him, and then he gets beat again and again and again and again. It sounds like to me you need to tell your dad to shut the fuck up, because he's the one that's burying you right now. That's the sad part.
Does he not realize that he's messing? It's his job. It's his livelihood.
It's Rikishi. You notice the picture is taken with a podcast mic?
Yeah.
This is all being said on his podcast. all of these things. It is basically him clickbaiting people who believe professional wrestling is fucking legit and that people hate each other and that championships are won by being the better man or being the better superstar. That's not how this game works.
This is coming from the guy that would come out with
in a thong
and dance
and shake his ass. Yeah. Here's the deal. I love Rikishi. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing but respect for Rikishi. Quit fucking it up for your kid, dude. You're fucking his whole career. Your career is over. Let Jay make his own mistakes. Let Jay speak for himself. I get that you're trying to stay relevant, but let us not forget that your opinion is not very held to the very highest standards right now. You let Jakara Jackson, or not Jakara Jackson, what the fuck is his name? Rampage's boy. Yeah. However the fuck his name is, beat the hell out of an independent wrestler on your watch. What was his name? It was Jamar Jackson, I think. No?
It's something.
Regardless, Rampage's boy. And that happened in your ring, at your show, on your watch. So, if anybody has anything to say about people not doing the right thing in wrestling, you should just sit back, have a Coke and a smile, and shut the fuck up. That's just my opinion, obviously.
What about a hot
Huh?
dog?
He might be able to have a hot dog.
You can have a hot dog.
And a handshake. The indie code of things to do, as long as he wears his fanny pack. Hit us with the next one, please. So, this is a picture of Smackdown. A lot of empty seats. Here's the deal. When tickets are $400 a piece for the nosebleeds, this is what happens. People can't afford it here in the United States. We are going through the looking of another. It looks like another depression's coming. They're already taking SNAP benefits from people and shit in the United States. We are not as booming as the United States once has been. Now, I understand you can sell out the Germany shows and the ones abroad and the Saudi Arabian shows and shit like that because their infrastructure is way better than ours when it comes to money management, first off. They can afford those tickets, but what you don't understand is you're here in the United States for 80% of the year. Why are you fucking the people who are making you money? The ESPN deal's bullshit. The app is stupid. Peacock still has the best run of pay-per-view quality stuff. Saturday night's main event looked like $1 billion visually. So did NXT every week. Every time they do a pay-per-view, it's visually stunning. And they've got the entire library of WWE. If ESPN wasn't interested in the library, then who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, if you want WWE, but you're not interested in the past stuff, you just want exclusive shit. That's as greedy as it could possibly fucking be. Who's gonna see those shows? You have no library. If you go on that ESPN app right now, you can't watch Crown Jewel or anything that's already happened because they don't retain the pay-per-views. I don't know if that's a deal they have with the Peacock, that they're going to get secondhand or whatever, but I'm pretty sure the Peacock's deal's up in January, if I'm not mistaken, and then that's it. They're going to keep NXT pay-per-views and shit, but as far as the library, I guess they're keeping it too. I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's really weird.
Guess we got to wait and see.
I mean, we're going to wait and see. I hope that it gets better because the ESPN deal's shit. When I have to hook up a computer to my television to pirate, matey, to watch those things because I don't want to spend $40 to $50 fucking dollars on a sports app that I don't watch. I love football, don't get me wrong. Do I follow football? No. I watch the playoffs and the Super Bowl every year because everything else is irrelevant. Until the end of the season and you're playing for the championship, how you got there makes no difference to me.
Well, it's also not available in our area.
Yeah, so same thing with baseball. I watch the World Series if the two teams playing against each other interest me. Same thing with basketball. I'll watch the finals. Why? I don't care that you played 8,000 games this year because basketball's fucking ridiculous. They play like 300 or 400 games a year, sometimes playing 2 games a night. I don't got that kind of fucking time.
What about hockey?
Hockey's all right, but again, hockey's what, 3 to 4 months, basically,
Yeah.
a year for $50 fucking dollars. No, I'm good. You know
Unless
what I
you're a
mean? Like,
complete
I'll watch all that
sport-
shit on cable.
Unless you're
You
a
know?
complete sports fanatic, there's no point in it.
No, there isn't. And YouTube, Peacock, and all these show those football games and shit as part of their packages. So why would I want to add an ESPN one just so I can watch one of the games a week that you can't get anywhere else? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? If my team's not on TV this year, I'm from the old school days of when football was played. You had 2 channels, and you got 2 games on one channel and 2 games on the other channel. And if your team wasn't playing those games that were on that TV, you didn't watch them play. That's just the way it was. There was no, I'm going to pay $500 and get Sunday ticket where I can watch all the teams play that I want. Why would I spend that kind of money? I'm from the old school days of me not having that option, so I'm trained to be like, oh, my team's not on TV this week? Oh, guess I'm not watching my team this week. That and there's NFL.com for anything else you want to watch. It's just stupid. Like, WWE, all their content is everywhere else.
Are you
I
done
can't-
with your rant?
No, I'm not. The NXT stuff you have to have the CW app for, which is free. But if you have that app, then you have to have Netflix for Raw and pay-per-views, depending on where you're at.
There's a lot of apps.
Yeah, I think we calculated it on this show a month or 2 back, and it was like almost $1,000 to watch professional wrestling, to be a following member of everything you need to have. It's insane. Insane. Hit us with the next one, please, Johnny. It just no lube. Just, it's the Great Buddha, Charlie Brown. Halloween has taken over professional wrestling. Here we recording on the 2nd, of November. So I figured we'd show some of the stuff that Halloween has done for the WWE and different things like that. Go ahead and answer the first one. Drew McIntyre and his wife playing the murder twins from The Shining is probably about as creepy as you could possibly get, even though I have to say this, and I am a fully safe and content with my sexuality, but Drew McIntyre's legs look more tasty than his wife's.
Just about to say, they look like turkey legs, and I just want to take
Bite
a bite out of
Yep.
them.
Yep. Although I do have to
fantastic.
point out, she is not a small woman. Like, Drew McIntyre is a tall man, so she's
tall as
almost equally as tall.
Well, she's also got heels on.
Well, he might too. Well, he looks like
No,
he's got his wrestling
are
boots on.
His are flat boots.
Jesus Christ. I love it, though. It's cool to see that they get to have that kind of fun, wrestlers around Halloween.
Well, they also did Gomez and Morticia.
What is her name? Jordan Grace, Hefty. She was Thelma. Dressed as Thelma on NXT. The glasses, the white, or Velma, sorry. The glasses, the orange shirt, all that good shit. There were several people. Ron the Truth Killings on Smackdown was dressed as Santa Claus, wishing everybody happy holidays.
Sounds like a Mick Foley.
Just fucking hilarious that they put him back in being the goob again. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. This is a reboot that I would love to see. That is Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and Marshall Eminem Mathers. They are getting too old for this shit, and they're about the age to where they could pull off those roles. The both of them. 50 Cent is actually a really good actor. And the shit that I've seen him in, he's not bad. And then, of course, Eminem's 8 Mile is probably one of the best rap movies I think I've ever seen. I mean, he's Eminem. It's just...
I've only seen it once.
Pretty good movie. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Yes! This is Mia Yim, or Meechin. Johnny, you killed this picture.
I love that background. It's fantastic.
She probably wins
Yes.
the costume contest this week, in my opinion.
As Tina Belcher.
She nailed Tina to a T. I think it's hilarious. It's cool to see them not having to take themselves seriously. Like, Vince McMahon would have never allowed this. You showed up to work, you showed up in a suit, tie, or, you know what I mean? Like, he was not that free giving, which is kind of nice to see them actually being able to have fun with Halloween and shit and not have to be so serious. Here's with the next one, Big Bad John. Is that James Ellsworth or is that Ilya Dragunov? It just depends on the smudge on your glasses, I guess.
Or if you need to take them off.
Although I do have to say, Ilya has more of a predominant chin, and Ellsworth doesn't have one at all.
You think?
I always compared Ellsworth to the cartoon drawing of the turtle and the rabbit in the hair, or the turtle in the hair, or whatever it was. Back when we was kids, the long neck, the pecking turtle face. It just looks just like him. Or maybe that's beer goggles, and that's who you saw when you were drunk down the bottom. You have to put your glasses on, clears up, and you see him. Maybe we should have had them reversed.
I don't know.
Go ahead and hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Yes.
I need this so bad.
This is a legitimate shirt. The Wyatt 6 Yellow Brick Road t-shirt is fucking sick. The only way it could have gotten better is to have had Bray Wyatt's face somewhere on it, or maybe the Fiend poking out like a monkey, like the flying monkey with the Fiend's mask on it. Would have been super fucking cool.
Or Glenda.
Yeah, or Glenda. I mean, that could have worked. Alexa Bliss could have been Glenda.
Oh yeah.
Would have been a sick guy. But t-shirts are now available on WWE Shop. That's a sick fucking t-shirt. That's probably one of the coolest ones I've seen so far. When it comes to the Wyatt 6, that's up there in the shirts.
Hey, Big Bad John, guess what I want for Christmas?
Okay.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Alright, I know this isn't wrestling related, but it is if you think about it in 87 different kinds of ways. Robert Englund, the man who portrayed Freddy Krueger, the only Freddy Krueger, talking about you, Warshak, finally got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Halloween Day. I think that's fucking epic. There was also a couple other horror icons that got their stars the same day, but of course this man being the most deserving. I'm shocked that he didn't already have one. I mean, when you think horror movies...
But the thing is, there are some people that absolutely refuse to get their star on the walk because you have to pay for the ceremony yourself. You have to pay for the city to put it in there. You have to pay for all that yourself.
You have to be offered one.
Yes, and there's numerous people that have continuously turned
If
it down.
Vince McMahon has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Robert Englund should have an entire fucking museum.
Yeah, but then he'd have to pay for it himself. That's the problem.
Doesn't matter. With as much money as that man makes in just Comic-Cons, not to mention you could get donors to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? From GoFundMe's now that fan clubs put in to get you your own. Like, people are really giving with them GoFundMe things when people need
more Kickstarter.
or the Kickstarter or whatever that other one is.
I don't know. Just Kickstarter and GoFundMe is all
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, Robert Englund, well deserved, long overdue. The horror icon said he'd be down to do another Nightmare on Elm Street if it was animated, which would open up a whole new world of possibilities that they could do going forward. People don't mind those kind of movies now.
And if it was
You
like
could
an
get away with a CGI one like Shrek,
an
but like a
adult
horror version.
animated, you know, it'd be so good.
Oh my god. I would pay for another service if like HBO or one of them wanted to like do something like that with Robert Englund. That would totally I would totally have to get that to see it. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't pirate it?
No, actually I wouldn't. If it was going to go into that man's pocket, he deserves every penny. A icon. He's an icon. And Robert Englund, congratulations. Well overdue. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. Oh shit, I gotta go to work. Alright, so Descent to Chaos, Brookport, Illinois, November the 8th, from the Harry Statham Gymnasium where we held last month's Mayhem Pro inaugural show, are having a free show. Superstars from Mayhem Pro, as well as several different locker rooms around here. Some Chaos Pro legends are going to be there. They're filming a movie, so Descent to Chaos is giving away, I think, like 3 matches. But come down, check it out, be an extra in a fucking horror movie.
I plan
like, that's
on going.
sick. Mikey's going to be there. Bull's going to be there. And then Mayhem Pro is going to host a match, a lights out match. Go ahead and hit us with the next graphic. Blood Buddy Brian Richards against Derek Gage, the guy who took the Southern Illinois Championship from Blood Money at No Fold, are going to have a rematch in a Taipei Death Match. We didn't get to have the Taipei Death Match, the inaugural show, due to one of the superstars not being able to make it. Brian Richards wants revenge. He's going to get it. Free match during the filming of this movie. Become an extra. Go down. Rep your boys. Taipei Death Match, November 8th. It's going to be one hell of a match. These two did not disappoint No Fold and brought one of the bloodiest matches in No Fold history when the title changed hands. Blood Buddy Brian Richards, good friend of the show. And, of course, Derek Gage, the man who took the belt from him. So this is going to be interesting to see. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Speaking of shows, CPW's tribute of the Seven Deadly Sins Deathmatch Tournament, December 13th, 2025. Tickets are $20 for ringside, general admission $15, $12, and under $10. Going to take place from the same gymnasium. Mayhem Pro takes a CPW original deathmatch tournament, the Seven Deadly Sins, and returns December 13th. We're going to give you all of that information on the people who are in this.
I'd like to say one thing about the tickets, that if you order before the show, they are $5 off.
Yes, up until the day of the show.
Yep.
And then the day of the show, go ahead and hit us with the next one, Big Bad John, for $10. You can get a meet and greet with Mickey Knuckles and Bull Bronson for an hour before the show, day of December 13th, 2025, of the Deadly Sins. We're working on a deal. Mickey Knuckles might actually be working the commentary table with us, which means you here on Pro Wrestling ThrowDown will get to see Mickey Knuckles call a match with your boys. It's going to be great. Matches. Going to call matches if everything works, if everything lines out the way it's supposed to. Mickey Knuckles, Bull Bronson, $10. That's a hell of a deal. Get to hear road stories, mess with the two biggest icons in deathmatch around here for sure. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. We're going to get into the tournament. These are your participants in the Seven Deadly Sins tournament. Entry number 1, Blood Buddy Brian Richards. The second man to enter was the Texas Terrifier Baracho. Hardcore Hillbilly coming in at the number 3 entrant. Here's the deal. This is his first debut in Mayhem Pro. He has wrestled all over the United States. This is the first time we have him here. He's going to be... wait till you guys see this guy. It is something else. Cash Borden, AFU former heavyweight champion.
What number is he?
Enters into the tournament in the 4th slot. He was the 4th person to enter. Here's the deal. Cash Borden is a fucking madman. We saw what he did to Brian Richards' daughter.
Yes, at AFU in a Fight Underground, which is the shirt I'm wearing.
Yes, AFU legend around here. Legend in Metropolis. He was never very well liked in Metropolis, so this should be interesting in Brookport. The 5th entrant into the tournament is Buddy Badcock, returning off of a loss to Bull Bronson in our main event of our inaugural show back on the 4th of October. You can catch both of those either our version on Pro Wrestling ThrowDown or Mayhem Pro Wrestling's YouTube page has a edited version with different camera angles and stuff. Give them both a look, give them both a like and a subscribe and a follow. The sixth man to throw his hat in the ring comes off of a impressive and shocking win over Mickey Knuckles at our inaugural show. Cousin Condrey has entered, wanting to be the Deathmatch 7 Deadly Sins tournament winner. It should be interesting to see what kind of madness and what kind of match gets drawn, because each match in the tournament is a different style of deathmatch. So it's going to be interesting to see what they draw and who they draw to wrestle each other, because these are just who have the order of how they entered. The matchups will be made closer to time, and we'll be able to know who's going to wrestle who and when. Entrant number 7, Tennessee Trash Brad Cash, one of the most up-and-coming deathmatch wrestlers in the country. The man is so over in places. He is, believe it or not, from what I understand, the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Brad Cash is super, super, super impressive, and the man does not give a shit about his opponent. And, of course, the 8th entry making his debut at Mayhem Pro, another AFU alumni, Herzog, the Viking Wizard Herzog, carries a big magic stick. Big Magic Herzog joining in at entry number 8, which the field of these guys is impressive. Like I said, it's all going to depend on the luck of the draw and who they draw and when. If I had to pick a winner, I just don't think you get much more deathmatchy than Cash Borden. I love Brian Richards to death, but I just think this is Cash's time. He's been in more tournaments, more death matches than any other person, so I'm sorry, Brian, but when it comes to deathmatch, me and Caleb was talking about this the other night. We think that Cash Borden is who we think is going to win the 7 Deadly Sins tournament. So probably going to cause a little bit of a rift, but I'm just being honest. So that is your field for the 7 Deadly Sins tournament, December 13th, 2025. Our last show of the year. These boys have a lot to prove, not just to each other, but to prove that they are the very best in deathmatch. And we're going to see the 7 Deadly Sins tournament is not an easy road to climb. It is a hellacious uphill battle from the very beginning of the match to the very end of the tournament. It's a lot of death matches, a lot of blood loss. We're going to see just who comes out on top December 13th at Mayhem Pro Wrestling. Hit us with the next one, Johnny. All right, Dog's final thoughts. Well, I have 2. We'll wait on the photo and we'll end with the photo. But my first final thoughts is if you have not purchased tickets to December 13th, 2025's 7 Deadly Sins tournament, what are you waiting for? You're going to get it cheap. You know what I mean? If you do, you get $10 off. That's ringside seats for $10. Like, you can't get that.
What do you mean $10 off?
Is it $10?
$5 off.
$5. Okay, $15 then. That's still a hell of a deal. You know what I mean? Up until the day of the show, get your tickets so you can get them cheap. And be sure to buy your tickets to Bull and Mickey. Just to be able to sit under the learning tree for an hour is worth $10, no matter which way you look at it. That takes place, of course, an hour before we open the doors for the 7 Deadly Sins tournament.
Not to mention, they should be able to win tickets.
Yes, we are still giving away tickets. We have a set of 2 to give away. I will announce that on Facebook this week. We were going to do a big giveaway, and some things have been sent in and voted on. So the person has won the tickets. I don't want to announce it just yet. I want to leave it a little bit more suspenseful. I will drop it on Facebook. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to do some fun stuff for the next set of tickets towards the end of November. 2 ringside tickets. Going to be a great time. Now, I'm going to leave you with an image because if I had to see it, y'all had to see it. So, from us to you, as always, stay safe. #NoKings. And keep it in the ring.
Keep it rolling.
keep it buttery sausage party. Come on.